Good morning, Gunnison sports fans! It's good to be back. Today is September the 5th, 2016, and if we have not met yet, I'm Bobby Riz and I'm going to be your host. Now, what better way to kick off the school year than to have one of the most beefiest, epic sports recaps we've had in a very, very long time. Before we get that going, we're going to give a special shout out to Mario's Pizza and Pasta who bring this recap to you today. Make sure you stop by Mario's, get some of that delicious, mouth-watering Chicago-style pizza. Also, make sure you stop by the Gunnison Country Times, pick up one of these. This is the fall sports preview. That way you are up to date with what is going on in cowboy country. Now let's get some music going here. Let's get some music. Because this weekend, in this recap, we've got Western State Soccer. We've got Gunnison High School Softball. We've got Gunnison High School Football. We've got Gunnison High School Volleyball. And we've got Western State Football, all jam-packed into this recap. Also, special shout-out to the Western State Volleyball team, who have started their season 3-1. It's been a while since they started the season that well, so congrats and keep it rolling. Same thing going on to the Gunnison High School cross country team. Colton Stives taking the championship in one of his first races of the season. And both boys and girls teams taking second. Now, let's stop the music. Well, no, start it up again. Because along with all of these events that we've had going on this weekend, we have Smug Mug albums for every one of these. We've got soccer, softball, football, volleyball, all for you. So make sure you can keep going to GunnisonTimes.smugmug.com all year round to pick up photos of the action and keep memories alive. Now, we'll stop the music. Let's get the recap rolling. This week's Western Soccer Recap is brought to you by Mario's Pizza and Pasta. They've got that Chicago-style pizza that tastes like it's air-delivered straight from the Windy City. Kicking off the wild weekend of sports was the Western soccer team. On Thursday, the Mountaineers hosted Eastern New Mexico. The two teams battled through double overtime, ending the game in a scoreless draw. 2 days later, Western battled into overtime against Montana State University Billings, but this time Jessica Creasel was able to find the back of the net in the 94th minute to seal a 1-0 Mountaineer victory.
Can't touch this. Ring the bell, school's back in. Break it down.
This week's Gunnison Softball Recap is brought to you by Mario's Pizza and Pasta. They've got craft beer that'll make you feel like you're drinking water from a waterfall. On Friday, the Gunnison High Softball team hosted the first of 2 weekend games. The Cowboys battled a tough Faith Christian squad, dropping the first game of the weekend 8-0. GHS tried to rally on Saturday against St. Mary's, but were not able to stop the Pirates. The Cowboys dropped an 11-2 loss. This week's Gunnison Football Recap is brought to you by Mario's Pizza and Pasta. They've got famous wooden bowl salads that'll make your mouth water so hard. Friday Night Lights have returned to Gunnison. The Cowboys football team hosted the 7th-ranked La Junta Tigers this past Friday. The two teams played cat and mouse through the first quarter before La Junta was able to take a 7-0 lead. Lane Mangum evened the playing field with a pick six to tie the game, but the Tigers immediately responded and never looked back. La Junta held a 21-7 lead at halftime, and GHS would not be able to launch a comeback. While the Cowboys battled on the field, a solid crowd came out for the first game of the season, which GHS would go on to drop 46-7. While the game may not have fallen in favor of Gunnison, that does bring us to the Cowboys' play of the game. This week's Gunnison Volleyball Recap is brought to you by Mario's Pizza and Pasta. They're open 7 days a week, which, let's be honest, in Gunnison, that's pretty sweet. Saturday morning, the Gunnison High volleyball team hosted a 4-game tournament. The Cowboys opened their day with a tough loss to Alamosa before rallying to dominate rival Olathe. GHS kept the momentum rolling into their third match with a win over Salida before dropping the last one of the day against Delta. This week's Western Football Recap is brought to you by Mario's Pizza and Pasta because, come on, Mario's Pizza and Pasta. Across town, the Western State football team opened their season against rival Colorado Mesa. After playing head-to-head early in the game, the Mavericks were able to find rhythm against the Mountaineers. With the game slipping away, Mesa was able to put the final nail in the coffin putting up 17 points in the second half to Western's 7. The Mountaineers dropped the game 34-14, but on the plus side, Mario's Pizza Impossible is still open, serving Chicago-style pizza, craft beer, and salads in those famous wooden bowls.